Hello, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Dale, this channel is DLJ from PA, and today is a Monday morning coffee talk, which is where I tell you about the week's sales for me as a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Facebook Marketplace. As you can see though, today looks a little different. I'm outside and just about ready to get in the car, and I'll tell you what's going on. So I know this is kind of a wacky angle that hopefully you don't get sick. And I promise I'm being safe. I know it probably looks crazy, but I really am like driving and paying attention and obeying all traffic rules and safety precautions. But first thing this morning, I scheduled an auction pickup that's about 20 minutes away from me. So I figured that it would be the perfect time for me to actually do a bright and early Monday morning coffee talk and tell you about my week's sales. So it wasn't a fantastic week of sales. I do, as a part-time reseller though, try to average 7 sales per week, 1 per day, and I did hit at least that goal. But unlike the previous week where I had some really high dollar volume sales come through, this week that was not the case. So it wasn't the most profitable week, but I'm still happy to see some of this inventory move. I do have some notes here. I promise you I'm not editing and putting the and I hate how much I say I usually edit those out, but I don't think I'm going to today. Real life. So yeah, I'll be putting the pictures here, but I promise I'm not doing that while I'm driving. I had 1 YouTube sale, 1 Poshmark sale, and 5 eBay sales. So first on YouTube, I hope I'm not saying his name totally wrong, but Matsoto bought some pink earrings from a ThredUp box that I did an unboxing for back in September. So thank you so much for watching some of that older content. I really appreciate your support there. And he picked out a pair of, they were pink drop earrings. And I didn't think that they were anything special, but I was grateful for his purchase. And then as I was putting them on the card to ship them to him, I saw a little mark on the crystal, which is pretty unusual. Like you don't usually see that. You would see it like on the post or the back or something. So I took a closer look and it turned out that they were Swarovski. So he, I believe, should be happy with that sale, and I was happy with the sale. They might have sold a little bit higher elsewhere. So part of the reason I had listed them was because I didn't think that they were anything special and that they wouldn't sell for very much. So I do try to cut my viewers a better deal than what I would post them for. So that was still the case here. So I hope that it's a win-win. He should be very happy with those. And I'm happy that I was able to give him a deal on those earrings. And it wouldn't have sold for like much more than what he paid, but still it was a good deal for him. So I'm happy about that. Next on Poshmark, I sold one of the necklaces that another viewer, Martha, had sent me and I did an unboxing for. And it was the one that looked like snowflakes and sort of had like opal-like stones in it. It was very pretty. And it sold on Poshmark for $12 with a shipping discount. But thanks to the fact that I had no cost of goods, Martha just sent that to me, then I was left with still about a $6 or $7 profit. So thank you, Martha. Then heading over to eBay, I sold a bunch of Thai Beanie Babies and like McDonald's Happy Meal stuffy toys for $6 and buyer paid shipping. And obviously it's not a huge sale, but what's even sadder about this, and I did mention this, I believe, in a video a long time ago that it was one of my first Shop Goodwill auction purchases, and I was like all excited because I won the auction with these Happy Meal toys and more for $1. That was my winning bid, $1. But this is what you always have to watch out for on Shop Goodwill. The shipping and handling and tax and small roundup donation for that brought the total to $17. From $1 to $17. So I ended up being about $1 in on each of those items. In this particular lot, there were 8 items. So my cost of goods was $8 after eBay fees and shipping. Then I was left with a loss of about $3 on that purchase. Live and learn, right? That was a good lesson to learn. The next sale on eBay was a leopard, I believe the brand was Bermel scarf, that was from the scarf lot that I purchased from Kat, the nurse flipper, and it sold for $20 on eBay with the buyer paying shipping. My cost was $2.50 for each of those scarves, so I was still left with a nice profit of about $15. So thanks again, Kat, for those fantastic scarves. They continue to pull through for me. Hang on, I'm merging. Or actually, I'm passing now. I merged back there. And yes, my hair is wet and there's snow on the ground, so if I was outside, my hair would probably be frozen right now. If you've ever had long, wet hair in the winter. I remember when I was in junior high, we had to take swimming classes in school, and I was so happy that my swimming class happened to be at the end of the day. I was like, this is perfect, because if it was during the day, then you had to like race into the showers to rinse off and then get yourself dressed and ready to go back to class, and it was chaos. But I had it at the end of the day, which was perfect, except that I was a walker and I had to walk home and my hair was wet. So during the winter, our hair would always be completely frozen. And I'm sure that we made our parents crazy because I know that would have driven me nuts if that was my girls now. All right, hang on, I'm passing an 18-wheeler. Cruise is set. My next sale on eBay was another little bit of a lesson learned, but not quite as hard a lesson as the other one. I sold a vintage Sherco wind-up watch, and this was from a high bid auction, and it was a tray of jewelry. This watch happened to be one of the items on there, and it was the item that caught my interest. And I wasn't sure if the stones on there were diamond. Like, I thought maybe this could be like, oh my god, I can't believe I got this in a state auction. But no, they comb through their items pretty good. They know what they have. So still though, I was happy that this watch, which was pretty special, I mean definitely vintage and unique, it sold for $29 with the buyer paying shipping. And as I said, it was a tray of jewelry, but it ended up that it really there wasn't anything else really in it. I remember that there was like, it felt like there was like candy stuck to some of the pieces, and it was just kind of gross. So I don't recall that I picked anything else out that I've listed from this small tray of jewelry. So I'm putting my entire cost of goods for that purchase, which was $16, to this item. So thankfully it sold for, as I said, $29 with the buyer paying shipping, because I did still end up with a $10 profit. Next, this Fry leather snake keychain sold very fast on eBay. It was brand new. You haven't even seen it yet. It's in one of my ThredUp jewelry 15-piece boxes that I've filmed but haven't done an unboxing for. And I thought this item was pretty neat and got it listed right away. So it did sell, as I said, quickly, I think within 48 hours, for $22.99 with the buyer paying shipping. And Each item in that thredUP box costs about $3.33, so I have about a $19 profit on that keychain. And then it's funny because there is like a theme in this week that I have a lot of lessons learned. So the last item that sold was this Andrew Marc purse, which was another Shop Goodwill purchase. And I think that I saw this one close to the ending time and I got a little too excited, which I do, and bid up more for it than I should have if I had really done my research, because I was thinking Marc Jacobs, but this was just Andrew Marc and doesn't sell for fantastic. So it did sell for $20 with the buyer paying shipping. Unfortunately, I paid $17 for it. So after fees and cost of goods, I'm left with about a $2 profit. But I'm happy to see that piece move. As I've been saying more recently, since I've been doing reselling actively for a year now, there are some items that if I went through my inventory and said, okay, some of this stuff has been sitting too long, it's time to just donate it. Those Happy Meal toys, which again, I ended up losing money, but at least I made some of my money back. And the Andrew Marc purse, yeah, those are probably the items this week that I probably would have sent to the donation pile. So I'm happy that they sold and that I made some of my money back. We're just about at the exit now to get to the auction place. So I can tell you a little bit about the items that I picked up, and then we'll take a look at them once I get there, or maybe once I get home. The items that I'm picking up are from a high bid auction, and I ended up winning 8 different bids for a grand total of $153. So one of my larger purchases to date, and I might have gotten caught up a little bit in the excitement of winning the items and seeing if I was going to get outbid. And so it all started, typically what happens when I look at high bid is, because I'm driving to pick up the items and I work full time, I have to decide if it's worth it for me to make the trip and spend time going to pick these items up. So if I see 1 or 2 items, then I'm probably not going to bid on them. But if I see a bunch of items, then I might take a closer eye, see if it's worth bidding on, and I'll put watches on the items, like meaning that I'll hit the watch button. And then if I see something that's really going to make me some money, then I will place a bid on it so that it kind of, rises to the top. So that's what I did here. I had even more items that I was keeping an eye on. The first couple of items, so then it depends on the first items. And if they're within a range that I can buy them and flip them for a profit and I end up winning them, then the game is on. Because now, as long as I'm making the trip, is there anything else that's going to be worth it in this auction that I should pick up at the same time? So first were these electrified Rayo lamps. So I believe they're oil lamps that were converted into electric. I looked them up and they do sell for like about $40 or so. And there were 2 of them, but 2 different auctions. And I ended up losing the first one, and I was like, shoot, like I was really interested in them. So then the second one, in my haste to make sure that I secured the second one, I ended up clicking to bid on a set of Pyrex and Corningware, which I didn't mean to, but I was like, that's okay, I'll probably get outbid. I didn't. It's okay though, because my winning bid was $18 on the Pyrex and Corningware, and there are 11 pieces total. So $2 per piece. I'm sure that I'll make my money back on them. I don't think there's any, super special ones that go for excuse me, that go for higher dollar amounts. But the lamp that I ended up winning, I also had an $18 bid on. So with the buyer's premium and tax, it ended up being $21.56. And I've actually seen them sell for up to $85. So we'll see how that goes. But obviously that's an item that I want to get listed as soon as possible. Then again, thanks to Kat, the nurse flipper, you know, I look up to her so much. I saw that they had some Russell Wright pottery and then also a Hall Westinghouse refrigerator container. My winning bid was $18. It looks like the refrigerator dish only sells for about $13, unfortunately. And then it's a creamer and sugar bowl, which I didn't realize that's what the bowl was. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. So I should have done a little bit more research here, because these pieces, they might go for $30 at the most. But again, with me paying $22 between the 13 and then even if it does go for 30, like, it wasn't the best pickup. I just got a little excited when I saw Russell Wright, but Kat, you're gonna have to correct me. You probably look out for specific items, not just plain creamer and sugar sets. The next winning auction was for a group of video games, and I didn't see any spectacular titles. You know, there was no NCAA 14 in there, but my winning bid there was $22, and so it was for 10 games. I'm paying about $250 each after the buyer's premium and tax. So I think that I'll be able to make my money up. The one that looked to be the most profitable is a Quidditch GameCube game for Harry Potter, so we'll see. The next auction is a little bit of a mystery. So I know, again, from Kat, she loves the lots. And this was a lot. It had 3 different boxes of miscellaneous things. The one thing that I saw in there was a bunch of wine stoppers, and I do like wine. I could use another wine stopper too. It looks like there's maybe a dozen though, so I have a feeling that they would make a good bridal shower or wedding gift. They just have a heart on the top, a silver heart, but there's a lot of other items that I'm not quite sure what I'm getting there. We'll see how that goes. My total there was $14.37. Then to round out the auction, again, since I was already going, they had some jewelry. So I got super excited and picked up a Marcasite silver ring for $12. That doesn't really honestly sell for much more than $12. I just got a little wrapped up in the auction process. Then I got a sterling silver necklace and pendant that I think it's going to depend on the stones in that item to see how much that will go for, but I only paid $9.58. And the last item is a group of 6 new in the box. It said pins and pendants. So I thought that they were all pendants, but I'm not positive. I ended up paying a total of $26.35 for them. So it's $4.50 each, and I think they might sell up to $25 a piece. So that might be a nice little flip for me there. But I'm just about pulling up, so if I can take some footage while I'm picking up, I will. Here is the oil lamp. There's some of the wine stoppers, and the games are on top. There was some other stuff, like look at that huge thing. I don't even know what that is. And then in the back, here's that Pyrex lot that I didn't really mean to get. The last auction with the 6 things new in the box. Here's the Russell Wright and Hall Westinghouse. And then here's some of that miscellaneous lot that I wasn't sure what all I was getting. And it looks like here is the Marcasite ring. And here is the pendant. So, very pretty. Oops, this is not an out. Right, items are secured. So it is interesting, this auction place, it's one of my favorite places to pick up from, and they have their warehouse space at a farmer's market called Green Dragon that operates, I think, year-round on every Friday of the month, and it's near Ephrata, Pennsylvania, which is about 20 minutes from me, so very cool. That wraps up my Monday morning coffee talk. Thank you so much for keeping me entertained and coming along with me on my drive. And I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. I would love if you'd hit that subscribe button. Thanks for being here, and I'll catch you next time.